Dr. Caroline Rickards is an associate professor at the University of North Texas Health Science Center. In her lab, she uses a technique called lower body negative pressure to model hemorrhage in healthy people to try to better understand how the cardiovascular and cerebrovascular systems respond to that kind of stress. In August of 2019, Dr. Rickards and two members of her lab, postdoctoral fellow Dr. A.J. Rosenberg and graduate student Garen Anderson, ventured up to the Barcroft Research Station on the slopes of White Mountain in the eastern Sierras in California. This is a high-altitude research station, sitting at 12,500 feet, and they were there to study how people respond to simulated blood loss in a hypoxic or low-oxygen environment. Rickards and her team were part of a bigger group of 25 researchers from 6 different universities who spent 12 days crammed together doing experiments from sunrise until sunset and helping each other collect data for 12 distinct studies. It took months of planning, leadership, teamwork, and a lot of hard work to pull that off.
It's been kind of 20 years in the making that I've been wanting to do a high-altitude expedition ever since I was just before graduate school. I had an interest in high-altitude physiology and really wanted to go out in the field and do this type of work. It's been great because I love organising things and kind of being strategic and working out logistics of getting equipment packed up and figuring out the protocols and getting it all up to one place and then moving it to another place. It's been quite rewarding. Just that part of it being successful, let alone actually running the experiments and being able to collect good quality data. So it's been really rewarding in many ways. Working with a great team of one graduate student and a postdoc with me. And they've just done an outstanding job. So very proud of the way the teams really work together. We're happy back home to do 3 experiments in a week. We've knocked out 16 experiments in 2.5 days. I mean, it just has shown us what we're capable of as a well-oiled team. So that for me has been pretty miraculous, really. I didn't know if we'd be able to do it, and we did it well, and we still are talking to each other, and we're still getting along. So I think the team dynamic, you can't always plan that, right? I mean, I knew these guys would be good because we have a good team back home, but you never know what might break apart when you're under stress. Both stress because you have to get things done fast and you can't really mess up along the way, and the physical and psychological stress of being in an austere environment like this. But I think I'm again proud of Garen and AJ for being able to kind of hold everything together and ensure that we can get the work done. So
I was interested to see how it all got put together. We knew what our project would be like, and we kind of understood that there were going to be some logistical hurdles we were going to have to kind of figure out along the way. I think it was just surprising to see what we could do, and then also to see how much logistical planning and effort goes into putting something together like this, because there's so many projects going on at the same time. We've landed in a really wonderful situation, had wonderful conversations, learned lots of really good things, and made really good friends, and I hope that will continue after this, because it's been a really unique and fun part of this.
Yeah. Something else that's been very rewarding for me, just kind of been the affirmation that all the hard work that we've really put in, Garen and I, over the last year together, has really come to fruition being here and being able to help with every study. And I also think what's been very rewarding is that, Caroline runs a tight ship. She works us hard and has high expectations, but this is where it pays off. And people have seen that and recognized that and said, Texas is way to go. You're, tight ship. Everything's running well. And you set the bar and set the standard for everyone else. So that was very rewarding for me.
I don't know what the best way is to mentor. I mentor in a certain way and it seems to have worked. So I'm very hands-on. I try and make sure that my mentoring style is personal for each student or postdoc. Everyone operates in a different way and everyone needs motivation in different ways, so I try and read them and their personality and figure out what will be a motivating factor for them. But they will come to me with their own ideas and we'll try and develop projects with those ideas in mind.
I think she expects a lot, and I think that's good, but she also understands where you're at in the process. So she sets a high standard, but she'll work with you to meet the standard, and I really have appreciated that. She spends a lot of time with her trainees. She's really invested in us as students and really has our back, and I've been so grateful for that. She's taught me one, how to be a good scientist, but also how to be a good human being as a scientist. If I choose to continue academia, then there are definitely lots of lessons from her that I'll take, as far as just being kind and understanding where people are at in their lives, and then also helping them get to where they want to go.